Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the pituitary gland. So in the pituitary gland we have two parts. Okay, so this is the pituitary gland which is anterior pituitary. Okay, then this is posterior pituitary. Okay, anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. Okay, this anterior pituitary arises from Rathke's pouch, and in the middle we also have one more lobe which is intermediate lobe of pituitary. Okay, this Rathke's pouch will give rise to anterior pituitary and intermediate pituitary, whereas posterior pituitary is neurohypophysis. Okay, it is neurohypophysis, whereas anterior pituitary is adenohypophysis. Okay, now if you see, this is hypothalamus. So from the hypothalamus there will be a portal tract, okay, which will come and go to the anterior pituitary. So here it goes to the anterior pituitary, and then from the anterior pituitary the hormones will go to the systemic circulation, and then this is the posterior lobe, and from the posterior lobe also it goes into the systemic circulation. Now anterior, here hypothalamus will produce releasing hormones and inhibiting hormones. These releasing hormones and inhibiting hormones, okay, these will, from hypothalamus they will reach this anterior lobe of pituitary. When it reaches the anterior lobe of pituitary, okay, and these hypothalamic hormones will, now this will activate the anterior lobe of pituitary. So now this anterior lobe of pituitary will now produce the hormones which will reach the systemic circulation. These are actual hormones from anterior lobe of pituitary. Okay, so these releasing and inhibiting hormones are activating, releasing hormones are activating anterior lobe of the pituitary, whereas inhibiting hormones are inhibiting the anterior lobe of pituitary. Then if you see the posterior lobe, there are two neurons, 1 and 2 groups of ganglion or neuron, you can say. That is, one we have supraoptic nucleus and second we have paraventricular nucleus. Okay, so if you see from the supraoptic nucleus there is ADH will come. From the paraventricular nucleus mainly oxytocin will get secreted. So all these will now reach the posterior lobe, and posterior lobe does not produce any hormones. It directly goes, these hormones are directly released into the blood vessel system of the posterior lobe. Okay, so if you see these ADH or oxytocin, these hormones are actually synthesized. What synthesizes these hormones? These are synthesized in hypothalamus, and where are they secreted? And they are secreted into the pituitary. They are synthesized in hypothalamus and they are secreted into the posterior pituitary. This is important thing. Okay, so these tracts which you can see, these are called as long portal tracts. Okay, now if you see the nucleus, which are present, we have a nucleus, like we have supraoptic nucleus. What does supraoptic nucleus do? This supraoptic nucleus will produce ADH more commonly than oxytocin, whereas we have paracellular nucleus, paraventricular nucleus. Okay, this paraventricular nucleus will produces ADH more than will produces oxytocin. Paraventricular nucleus produces oxytocin more than ADH. Okay, so these are posterior pituitary. Now even the paraventricular nucleus is also present in the hypothalamus, will produce the paraventricular hormone which is present in the hypothalamus, will produce CRH. It will produce CRH, TRH and somatostatin. It will produce CRH, TRH and somatostatin. These will activate the anterior pituitary. Then the hypothalamus also contains other hormones, like it has median preoptic nucleus. What does this median preoptic nucleus produce? It produces gonadotropin releasing hormone. Then the hypothalamus will have arcuate nucleus. Okay, this arcuate nucleus, this will produce gonadotropin releasing hormone or growth hormone releasing hormone or dopamine. Okay, so these are the important hormones and their nucleus of the hypothalamus. What are all these? These are the nuclei of hypothalamus. Okay, next if you see the cell and the pituitary. So if you see, the growth hormone releasing hormone will activate the somatotrope cell which is present in the anterior pituitary. Okay, and it will produce growth hormone, whereas the same somatotrope cell is inhibited by somatostatin. Okay, then prolactin inhibiting factor or dopamine. Okay, prolactin inhibiting factor or dopamine is inhibits the lactotrophs. Thus prolactin is not produced, whereas thyroxine releasing hormone will activate the lactotrophs, thus resulting in prolactin, whereas the drug gonadotropic releasing hormone will activate the gonadotrophs. So as a result, this will result in LH or FSH secretion, whereas cortisol releasing hormone will activate the corticotroph cells in the anterior pituitary, and this will result in production of ACTH. And TRH that from hypothalamus activates the thyrotrophs which are present, and this will result in TSH production. And if the pituitary stalk is cut, all the hormones will decrease. There is decrease in growth hormone, decrease in LH, decrease in FSH, decrease in adrenocorticotropic hormone, there will be decrease in TSH, but there will be increase in prolactin, because dopamine, which is an inhibitor, is secreted from the hypothalamus. Okay, next, what are the types of cells in the anterior pituitary? Anterior pituitary has mainly three types of cells, actually two types of cells. One, we have acidotrophic cells or acidophilic cells, and next we have basophilic cells. What are acidophilic cells? Acidophilic cells include lactotrophs, which are seen in 10 to 30%, and somatotrophs. These somatotrophs are around 40 to 50%. Then if you see basophilic include, these are gonadotrophs, which are around 20%, and these include corticotrophs, which are around 10%, and thyrotrophs, which are around 5%. Then in fetus first corticotrophs are produced at 6 weeks, whereas somatotrophs are produced at 8 weeks. All the others are produced at around 12 weeks of time. Okay, so these are the different hormones which are produced in the anterior pituitary. Thank you for